Hi, good evening. If you don't know me, I'm Stephen. Former very heavy drinker. Got into a lot of trouble with it. Not with the law, just myself. Um, Feeling unwell and that sort of thing. I'm going to talk about the avenues that open up to you when you stop drinking. I'm going to call this the sea bass story. This seems a bit of an odd title, but when you drink, when I drank, I never felt like having anything healthy, See all these things on the menu, and you'd never ever go for me, go for a burger or something spicy, or maybe go for a curry or a Chinese, all this sort of thing. But I went out with my partner the other night to a beautiful restaurant, French restaurant, and I always fancied this sea bass. So I had this sea bass with some spinach and camembert mash and a green salad. It was probably the best meal I've ever had. When you drink, you don't concentrate on your well-being. You don't concentrate on your diet. You don't concentrate on the good nutrition. It's all about the drink. And if it had been 5, 6 years ago, first year I probably wouldn't have gone there. But every time I used to go for a meal, I'd also have a drink first. So I used to feel uncomfortable in social situations when I was very young, and then obviously when I became older and I was completely hooked on alcohol. Um, so the avenues are massive. You have a lot more money, you have a lot more energy. You just feel great. It's such a good feeling to be able to go where you want, whenever you want, and do what you want. And I feel like a totally different person really now. I'm just trying to encourage people to try and stay off it. I know it's very, very difficult, especially this time of year when the sun's out and everyone's out. You think everyone's out drinking, but they're not. Some people aren't. Some people are actually drinking low alcohol beers and things, which are thousands, as I mentioned before, or hundreds anyway. So bear in mind what you used to do, or what you do now. When you go out, I'd imagine a lot of people who've got drink issues will not go anywhere decent. Well, I certainly didn't. They just go to the boozer. I've just been to my local pub and had a 0%. There's people in there who've been in there since 9 a.m. and they'll be there till 11 p.m. Now, some of them aren't that old. I don't actually know how they afford it, so I'm not going into that. But the thing is, their whole life is completely saturated in drink, and themselves, no doubt. They've got little money. Most of them don't drive or can't drive. They've been drinking from a very young age, had bits and bobs of jobs, not had careers really, and that's all I've ever done, drink. I mean, I had a good career, but I drifted into drink. It became a habit because I've had a few posts from people, a few comments from people. How did you get into it? I think it's habit forming, to be fair. And if you do need it for a bit of stimulation or a bit of relaxation, then it certainly becomes part of your lifestyle. And once it's part of your lifestyle, you rely on it. And when that happens, your body gets used to it, and then you're in a mess. As soon as you become physically dependent on it, then the only way out is to stop or cut down, and you need medical help for a lot of that. So just remember, if you've got problems, think of the bad times and focus on the good times. There are thousands and thousands of good times you have, and you'll just be a different person. People will notice this, and you'll find you lose a lot of your drinking buddies for whatever reason it is. I think a lot of people would like to give up, can't give up, or don't want to give up, and you've got to want to give up, and you've got to focus on a much better life. Then everything will be better for you. Trust me on that one, because I've been to the bottom of the bottle, as they call it, a number of times. And now I've been sober for 5 years. I have no intention whatsoever of drinking again. I know I'm addicted to it, or was addicted to it. I presume it's a lifelong thing, this. But I certainly won't be drinking because it's a killer. And as you get older, the hangovers are worse, the anxiety gets much worse. And I think you become isolated. The people I've been talking about there who spend the time in the pub, most of them don't have partners. Most of them live alone. And they're isolated because the drinks isolate them. The drink will make you isolated. It'll take you out of normal society. And all you're going to focus on is where the next drink's coming from. They'll be in there for another 4 hours, then go home, probably with a dreadful hangover tomorrow, not eating, or just eating badly, and that'll all start again because they want to liven in the morning, and that's what happened to me. It's just when I started drinking in the morning, I was worried, but it was all I could do was just to try and get myself motivated and try and get some energy into me. Because you're drinking to stay alive, in effect. You're not drinking for pleasure, just to stay alive. If you enjoy the content, then please leave a like and share and subscribe if you want. And keep commenting on things because it's good to grow this community. There's a few people getting involved now. And I think with each other's help, maybe it'll help others here. And it's a good cause. And I think that, you know, when I tried to stop drinking, there's nobody to help. I didn't even think about going on YouTube or the internet. I just thought, that's me done. This is my life. Stuck in the flat, drinking myself to death. And it's not. So, ask for help, see the doctor, speak to the people who've been in the same situation and recovering alcoholics as well, people who've recovered, and you'll do well because a lot of it's in the mind. I know when you're physically dependent, then you've got to seek medical advice. I'm not a medic. I'm just been in some terrible situations with alcohol, and you've got to try and push yourself. One consultant said to me, "Push yourself more every day because a few years ago I couldn't walk anywhere. I'm so weak and deconditioned. But every day I did another yard, another 2 yards, another 10 yards, another 100 yards, and I became stronger, more motivated, ate better food and all this sort of thing. So just keep going, and I shall speak to you all soon."